What's good, y'all? It's VWeeks 181 here. And so I've been getting a couple questions. One, I'm thankful that y'all have found the videos on the PENTAX WG-8 camera. Very helpful. Again, y'all may have seen me do the underwater video test. Y'all may have seen me do the comparison between just using the regular lens and this lens that I found actually, but it was just a good thread, a good fit. I found a filter thread that allowed me to step up to the width of the threading on the camera. And so it gives me cool wide angle shots. I use this primarily with the lens. So I had some questions regarding, does the camera shoot in intervals, or specifically, does it do time lapse? And so I had never used this feature before, but looking around on it, I discovered that it does, and it's called interval shooting. So what we're gonna do here at first is turn on the camera with the on off button. All right, so the screen's gonna come on and we're gonna switch the camera. You may or may not be able to see this in a focused way. To scene mode, it's gonna say SCN. And so I'm just gonna rotate it to scene mode. Once it's on scene mode, I already have it set up to interval mode, but I'm gonna press the menu button. And so from the menu button, I'm going to, I wish this would focus a little bit better. Just navigate, let's say it starts kind of like up here. Navigate down to interval shooting. And so you'll notice it has a few different things. It has interval shooting, interval movie, and what does that one say? High speed movie. Cool, captures frames for slow motion playback. That's gonna be interesting. All right, so with interval movie, that's what folks know more commonly as time lapse. This is what you would select, and you would adjust the parameters here. So the interval is going to be how often or where it takes the photo, right? So I have this set to 1 minute. You could take it down to, or actually, it goes from 1 minute down to up to 60 minutes. That's the interval. Total time, you could have it says 6 hours set right here. It actually goes up to, let's see, it goes up to 359 hours. So you could be shooting for a long time if you really want to. And the start delay, you can set a start delay. So let's say you don't want it to begin right away, but you can set a start delay up to 24 hours in advance. And so this will be for your interval movie. And again, with the interval movie, it's going to stitch all your photos together into one video. So I would recommend, if you are doing that, to have the camera plugged in to a continuous charger so it doesn't conk out on you while you are getting that full media. So if we go back to menu right here and then go to our interval shooting mode, this is when it's just going to be intervals for photos and not necessarily stitching them into a time-lapse video. Like, let's say you want to adjust the setting of the video, then you can just do the interval shooting and take those photos yourself. So from here, you can choose the intervals and you can go up to 99 minutes, or it could be 1 minute, or maybe you don't want to use any minutes and you can just have intervals as seconds. And so you can go up to 59 seconds or as low as 10 seconds as your interval. For number of shots, you can go up to 1,000 shots or as low as 2 shots. And then for your start delay, similar to the interval movie mode, you can start it up to 24 or as much as 24 hours in advance. So again, if you are waiting that long for the interval to begin, I would recommend having this plugged into a continuous charger so the camera doesn't die while you are filming. So hope that answers your questions on the interval shooting. Hopefully soon I can do an actual demonstration of this and get a couple interval shots. I'm gonna close this video out, but just to answer some questions off the top. Hope that helps, and catch up with y'all soon. And if you haven't already, be sure to go watch the other videos on the PENTAX WG-8. I do test with underwater shooting. I do test with the 4K. I'm still working on the video. I'm collecting a bunch of photographs with just the camera itself, and then with the wide angle lens that I've adapted onto it. And also I kind of do a heat stress test as well. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and used the camera, and it operated, I think, for like 14 minutes continuously in 116-degree weather. So I think that's pretty impressive for a camera that's marketed as something that's durable, tough, weather conditions. So yeah, hope this was helpful. I'll catch y'all soon, and all the best. Peace.